Hello everyone. It is Amber Carlton with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Premier Properties. And today I'm doing Real Estate Basics, episode 17. We are going to talk about down payment assistance. Pardon me. As always, any questions you have, leave them in the comments below. This is recorded and put out to YouTube, Instagram TV, all that jazz. If you have questions, just throw them in the comments. I'll see the comments and I can reach out to you. Down payment assistance is kind of tricky because each state does their own thing. And then there sometimes can be financial institutions that do their own thing. So we're going to start in North Dakota because North Dakota has a much better program. Sorry, Minnesota. North Dakota has a much better program for down payment assistance. So if you're a first time buyer, you're over just putting your money at rent, vacancy rates are super low right now, so rents are going up. Almost everywhere's full, rent's gonna go up. It's the same supply and demand thing that we've been talking about a couple of different times. Anytime I talk about absorption rates, that's a very similar concept, supply and demand. If we don't have many houses and we have a bunch of buyers, prices are gonna go up. Same thing is happening with apartments. We've got very few apartments available, lots of people looking to rent, rents go up, okay? But you're like, I don't have 20% down. I don't have 1% down. Well, you might need 1%. Even with down payment assistance for some of the costs, you'd probably be okay with about 1%, maybe even less. So North Dakota Housing Finance Agency has put together several different programs they have for down payment assistance. And each of them vary a little bit. I'm not going to get into the nitty gritty of each one, but the overall of it is you pay a little bit more in interest. You are given the down payment assistance you need based on what you need. So if you need $3,000, they'll give you $3,000. If you need $8,000, they'll give you $8,000. And that is forgiven at 1/8 per year for 8 years. After it's paid off, it's all good, goes away. You don't owe them a dime. You still have that interest rate for the life of the loan. So at some point you might want to look into refinancing if rates go down enough to make it worth your while. But you get into that house. You get your home. You don't have to worry about coming up with that money. And usually it would be about 3.5% or 3%. You could do a 3% conventional product. You could do 3.5% for FHA, okay? So North Dakota has a really great program. If you don't have the money for down payment right off the cuff, up until recently, I would kind of encourage you to stay in North Dakota and shop on that side because they have a better product, okay? Minnesota is looking at revising theirs. So things could change with that in the future. But as of right now, I believe it's $8,000 they give you. Even if you only needed 2, you get 8, and it's never forgiven, and it's at a higher interest rate. So you could own the home for 35 years. You've been paying the higher interest rate, and at the end, you still owe them the $8,000 back. And that's why it's not as good of a product, okay? That's why we don't like it as much. Hardly any of our financial institutions, I would say maybe 20 to 25% even offer Minnesota first-time buyer down payment assistance. Pardon me. And I should say Minnesota down payment assistance because it doesn't necessarily have to be first-time buyer. There's some circumstances where after so long you would be eligible for that again. But it's not as good of a product, not even close. We at Berkshire have just been introduced to Prosperity. I'm so sorry, you guys. Like, I am coughing up a storm. Let's see if that helps. We've just been introduced to Prosperity Mortgage. This is a lender that Berkshire owns, or I think so. The heads of Berkshire own it. And they are 100% in on this company, on its success, on helping Berkshire agents help their clients even better than other agents in the market. So you have to be working with a Berkshire Realtor to use Prosperity. To my knowledge, that's how they've explained it to us. This is super new to me too, so If I happen to say something that's incorrect, I apologize in advance. But they've came and talked to us twice now, and we'll be learning more at convention in Kentucky. We leave for that tomorrow. They've got an FHA product that is 100% financed. So you would not have to have a down payment on a FHA product at all with Prosperity. So if I've got a buyer now who doesn't have a down payment and they want to be in Moorhead or Dilworth, I'm going to send them to Prosperity right away because they have that ability to do it. It's a very similar thing where they're going to really take and do a silent second mortgage to cover that 3.5% down. It's forgiven after 5 years. It does come at a slightly higher interest rate, and that makes sense. Like, they can't just give away the money and not get it back in any shape or form. Same with North Dakota Housing Finance Agencies. Same with Minnesota's. They've got to be able to do that to be able to offer it to people in the future. So now we've got options in Minnesota, Moorhead and Dilworth, or those bigger cities. Before, the only option we had was trying to get them USDA. Rural financing is usually no down payment. Or if you're VA, you would have that option. VA is no down payment. So if you are a VA, you are covered. You don't have to worry about down payment assistance at all. I hope this helped. If you ever have questions about, hi Amber, if you ever have questions about down payment assistance, the programs that are available, or kind of where to start, what to look at, reach out to me. You can call, text, or just hit me up on Messenger anytime. I hope you guys enjoy the sunshine and have a super rest of your day. Take care.